Title: Who's that new leader in Niger? Abdourahmane Tchiani steps up, but who's pulling the strings? TLDR: Abdourahmane Tchiani emerges as the new leader in Niger. Meanwhile, the Wagner Group, with potential ties to Russia, is making some noise with business interests in Africa. But at what cost? Disclaimer: this article doesn't provide any type of investment or political advice. Always do your own research. Turned Up News is here just to keep you informed and entertained. So, Niger just got a fresh face on its leadership block. Abdourahmane Tchiani steps up and shouts, "I'm the captain now." But like all stories with twists and turns, there's more beneath the surface. Let's talk about this Wagner Group for a second. Thousands of fighters, scattered in countries from the Central African Republic to Mali, and apparently rolling in some pretty sweet business deals. But wait. Who are these guys exactly? And why should we care? Quick question: ever heard of the Wagner Group before reading this? Drop a comment below. Besides making that money, they're believed to be strengthening Russia's diplomatic and economic connections in these regions. But it's not all roses and sunshine. Rumors have it that these fighters aren't just shaking hands and making deals, they're also involved in some seriously shady business, accused of widespread human rights abuses across African nations. Imagine this: you're a local in Mali or the car, just trying to get by, and then bam, Wagner fighters roll into town, flexing their muscles, both in combat and commerce. It's like when a new chain restaurant shows up in your hometown and tries to overshadow the local diner. Except, this ain't about burgers and fries, but power and influence. You might be thinking, okay, but what does this have to do with Abdourahmane Tchiani in Niger? Great question. With shifts in leadership, there's always potential for changes in alliances, policies, and affiliations. The underlying question: will Tchiani and the Wagner Group play nice, or is Niger gearing up for its own episode of political Game of Thrones? The presence of external powers like the Wagner Group can significantly impact the fate of a nation. The balance between economic growth and maintaining national sovereignty is always a tightrope walk. Real talk: in the 80s, my uncle once traded his cow for a transistor radio. He loved that radio, but he missed the milk. It's always a trade-off. Just like Niger and other African nations may benefit from the business and growth brought by external groups, they also risk losing something invaluable. So, as we look at the unfolding political drama in Niger, we have to wonder, who stands to gain the most, and at what cost? The answers may not be clear yet, but what is evident is that the future of Niger and its people hangs in a delicate balance. Provoke and poke: as the young generation, how do we ensure that the future of countries like Niger is secured in the hands of its people and not overshadowed by external powers? How do we keep the milk and the radio? What would you trade for progress?